各位评委早上好，今天我们将向你展示一个用于跨文化人际关系的解决方案。很荣幸向你们介绍这个充满潜力的应用程序 Wasteful。
Our concept being presented today is focused on creating interpersonal connections cross-culturally through an application we are calling Wasteful.
Hi, I'm Kai.
Hi, I'm Danica.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Michaela, and we are all third years from the College of Design School of Architecture. We were advised on this project by Melanie Strivostava from the School of Architecture.
To give you a brief overview of our presentation today, we'll be going through these four main points, beginning with justification of topic relevance.
First, we'll talk about topic relevance. 首先，我们先来分享一下相关的话题。
Throughout our presentation today, you're going to see a few videos that we have created that each introduce points. The first video narrates the shared issues that both US and China are facing today and sets the stage for our proposal. Sorry that I'm not share my screen with the audio. I'll share that again. I apologize. Okay. Play that again.
A global crisis needs global leadership.
Playing.
For most of the past 75 years, that leader has been America. No longer.
There's one thing we must learn. It's one world. It's a world in which we must all get along.
Propaganda and the threat of cyber war are building tensions between two global superpowers.
Who is our biggest foreign adversary?
I would say China.
China will be hurt very badly if you don't make a deal, and China should not retaliate. It will only get worse.
China has actually launched 2 missiles, including an aircraft carrier killer, or at least that is what the Chinese claim.
China.
Is it China?
China will own the United States.
Differences need to be recognized before they can be understood. Only when we begin to understand the differences can we change our ways, adjust our business practices to accommodate the differences, and finally communicate to our counterparts in a mutually understandable manner. The United States and China have been historically at odds with one another for decades. However, a robust trade relationship has persisted despite this fact. The amount of financial exports between both countries equates to roughly $600 billion. The most common industry exports from China to the US include broadcasting equipment, computers, office machine parts, and vehicle parts. From the US to China include aircraft, automobiles, integrated circuits, crude oil, and soybeans. Though there is a strong economic dependence on one another, there is still a lack of opportunity for the people of both nations to connect with one another on a personal level. The increasingly tumultuous geopolitical environment has facilitated an erosion of trust between the two nations.
What do you know about China?
Everything.
Not a thing. It's a country.
Where my parents are from.
Communism.
Pandas.
China Wall. Confucianism.
Crab Rangoon, cheese wontons.
We have a Chinese roommate eat.
I just know it's a big place, big country.
There's mainland China and then other places in China.
Island of Hainan is, where Shanghai is.
There's a trade war?
Trade war. The trade wars.
All I know about is Ai Weiwei because I'm an artist and he's an artist.
The Olympics?
General Tso's.
Is Hello Kitty from Japan or China?
Japan.
Never mind, I don't know anything.
A whole bunch of other stuff.
You know some stuff.
Honestly, I'm embarrassed by how little we know now.
美国从以前到现在没有安全，它的种族问题从来没有解决过。只要讲解决，从来不可能解决过它的枪支泛滥问题。
土豪，我们做朋友吧。
我希望两大国联合起来，拯救那个穷人什么的，地下层的。
中国跟美国能够和平相处，和平发展。
To protect the environment, so I think at least these big countries have to cooperate.
Recognizing this issue led us to explore the efficiency of using digital media as an approach to bridge the social barriers put in place by both governmental interference and artificial intelligence from both nations. The common challenge that our group identified was the lack of ability to create interpersonal connections between people in the United States and in China. Personal connection is important because it breaks down the barriers created by the erosion of trust and the proliferation of misinformation between the two countries, as well as addressing an environmental and humanitarian crisis. More so, it aims to reveal the underground reality of the plastic recycling industry by raising awareness about the importance of the US-China import relationship. In particular, the plastic recycling industry and its negative impact on human health and the environment.
挖不到，快挖呀！我们继续搞个花，搞个屋子才。我们今天上这儿睡去。喝了不用这些塑料把它盖着，用一些胶片把它盖着。你下个没了。
Our goal is to develop a mobile entertainment application with three main components involving raising awareness, empowering action, and most importantly, building interpersonal connection. First, raising awareness about the importance of the US and China, import relationship in particular. And second is pervasive gaming application and learning proper waste management techniques. Third is building interpersonal connection and building empathy through collaboration and multicultural team building.
Next, we will share you about challenge and solution. 接下来我们将分享我们遇到的挑战和尝试解决的方案。
The challenge includes the minimal opportunity for individuals to create relationships cross-culturally between the United States and China, as we discussed in the previous video. This fact has been exacerbated by the spread of misinformation through media, politics, and stereotypes. Additionally, the codependent nature of the plastic exchange has created a humanitarian, social, and environmental issue for people of both nations. The last clip from the first video, showing the children playing in mountains of plastic, was from the documentary Plastic China, which illustrates the toll that this continuous exchange has had on human health. Our solution involves creating a serious gaming application that addresses proper waste management techniques that encourages both consumers and companies alike to take responsibility for the products that they use and make throughout their life cycles, and prompting a circular economic business model that increases opportunity for product reuse. The audience we hope to reach consists primarily of ages 12 and up, giving us an age-diverse user platform while maintaining meaningful purpose of the app and with experience and gaming.
This second video is a brief introduction to the concept for our app. Our solution involves the development of a gaming application that utilizes pervasive gaming techniques. The game aims to encourage cooperation between teams composed of partners from both nations through further educational actions towards proper waste management.
Welcome to the world of Pokemon Go. Patterson Park was packed today with people on a smartphone scavenger hunt. Users wander the neighborhood in search of Pokemon characters who pop up.
Inspired by Pokemon Go, we integrate each user within a familiar interface and utilize cooperative playing techniques to integrate users within the built environment. By going about a daily travel routine, users are exposed to a daily refreshed set of collectibles. Collecting these items in the form of commonly littered objects dispersed throughout the virtual world allows users to build scores and rank that can be used to enhance the user's profile. Scanning the QR codes found on recycling bins throughout the real world can also connect users in the US to users in China, or vice versa, by selecting either the chat or video functions. The chat function allows players to access a translating tool that automatically translates between English and Mandarin. The video function allows players to virtually connect and establish virtual relationships and broadening awareness to the codependent relationship between China and the United States. Players also have the ability to earn points through recycling products in real life. By scanning the QR codes on commonly littered items found on your daily route, you can earn points that contribute to your total score. The donate feature is where players choose how much money is going to be donated and subtracted from the amount of points gathered. By integrating people's daily routines into a game, we can instill environmental awareness to a player's physical surroundings and the environmental consequences of waste products we use every day, while creating relationships between users from both countries through its personalized interface. So the app has three major stages of operation. It primarily functions as an open world gaming application that integrates personal competition through individual matchups and real life action. Through friendly competition, we invite increased virtual interaction between users from both the US and China. And by building a space focused on healthy competition and social interaction, we create a unique opportunity to increase awareness of the negative consequences of recycling to a broader age of audience, which can be beneficial to raising funds to address situations like the children seen in the Plastic China documentary. So the app's main feature is primarily an open world game influenced by the popular app Pokemon Go.
These interfaces show how the open world game works. First, location based on collectible distributed in every community throughout the United States and China. Collectible items are based on the original waste product patterns. Facts about proper disposal are displayed when reaching score benchmarks. As players increase their collectible scores, they can compare their scores to what their application used impact is on the lives of people who benefit from the application charity feature. Players can compare their locations to their friends and others they can connect to the application.
Players can gain additional points in the game by scanning the barcode located on commonly littered items, as well as public trash receptacles. Information about different recycling requirements in different cities in the United States and China, as well as how waste management and recycling impacts each country, will be displayed as a pop-up in the app. While information about recycling and its negative impact on the environment will also be displayed, we recognize and hope to further emphasize the importance of first reducing the use of and reusing these products rather than recycling or disposing of them. Pop-ups will appear while users are playing the game and interacting within the interface to help increase awareness of how recycling is not the environmentally sustainable solution many people believe it is. The data of the collected and scanned items will be collected and used to put pressure on companies that contribute the most towards this collected waste in an effort to encourage and promote socially conscious consumerism and promote the circular business model, which takes into account the complete life cycle of the products that are created. The scanned QR codes on recycling bins also allow for the user to enter the app's online communication feature, where they're able to connect to other players from the United States to China or vice versa.
The chat function allows players to have 4 icons. First, the translate tool that translates directly from English to Mandarin or vice versa. The play button that invites up another teammate to battle with the trash monsters, and the video call button that invites people to connect interpersonally, and a refresh button that connects people with a new conversation when they feel uncomfortable or they just want to connect with other people.
Much like the chat function, the video function has very similar icons that allows players to directly translate languages, battle monsters, or refresh to a different match. There's also the ability of players to turn cameras off or on to meet privacy demands. Not only that.
5 minutes warning.
not only that the players are able to build a personal relationship, but they are also capable to exchanging screens to the exposed to each other's, build environments and take control of the gaming screen.
The game also includes an individual matchup feature where players are able to level up their own trash monsters using the points gained from collectibles and QR recycling and fight against others in the game world and their friends. Players also have the ability to create teams and do group battles which promote friendship through friendly competition. This feature is designed to introduce competition and to entice more people to take interest in the game.
As we try to incorporate a donate or charity feature on our app, we did some research on some existing charitable apps that have already been made before. So the first one is called Stand For, where they are given a certain task for the day, and once they complete it, it amounts to a certain amount of money that they can donate to charity. The second one is called the Charity Tap app, where they can tap the bowl of rice and donate grain of rice to people that are suffering from hunger.
Points earned by players are converted to a certain amount of dollars derived from sponsorships. Sponsorship from companies includes development of branding and iconography within the app and provides details about each company's goal of solving crisis they create as a way to take responsibility for the corporation's contribution. Players can then donate their money that they've collected or points, both spent and unspent on their individual trash monster, to organizations of their choice, all of them helping to address issues pertaining to recycling and waste management crises of both nations, including nonprofit organizations that pertain to food, housing, education, and healthcare.
Feasibility. 接下来我们将分析这个案例的可行性。
So with the help of professionals and students and other resources available to the University of Minnesota, the app could potentially be designed and developed and tested, running within a 2-year time frame. One potential roadblock that we might run into during development is the strict limitations on social media in China. As a solution, the app could rather be developed as an extension of the existing app WeChat. This potential solution would require further conversations with WeChat or other existing social apps in China, but could potentially streamline the process of government approval and ultimately be the ability for the app to be integrated.
Impact. 最后，我们将讨论这个方案带来的影响以及我们对未来的展望。The wasteful application take aim at social, political, and economic issues between China and the United States by connecting players from both countries. Its social impact includes the interpersonal connection, break barrier created by the erosion of trust, and raising awareness of environmental and political misinformation. The political impact involved taking a stance of the interconnected, exploitative relationship between China and the United States. The wasteful application provided data avenues of communication between the citizens of two countries and provide a familiar settings in which they interact and build a commonality and a relationship.
Our short-term goals focus more on a charitable arm that seeks to provide relief to families who subsist on the plastic trade and who continue to deal with the negative health consequences that result from that. And then our long-term, we hope to both increase dialogue and communication in a mutually understandable manner between the United States and Chinese citizens.
Thank you. 谢谢。